It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. Let's see what we got. Should the volunteer state stop observing daylight saving time and keep the clocks the same time as always, every day, every year, whenever? So let's debate that bill now on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, click that like, and leave your comments. Definitely help us out by sharing this video on your timeline and in your groups. All right, first one. Well, it's interesting because doctors, there's this report where doctors, they say that they advise to stay on track as clocks spring forward this weekend, right? So, but nonetheless, it's interesting because there is a bill currently on the floor. It's in Congress in Tennessee to make daylight saving time permanent. So the group, and it's a bipartisan effort where lawmakers in Congress have reintroduced this bill, which would make it permanent, DST. So Senators Marco Rubio out of Florida, James Langford out of Oklahoma, Roy Blunt out of Missouri, Sheldon Whitehouse out of Rhode Island, Wyden out of Oregon, all these people, R's and lefts, all next to their names.
Wait, so they're for it, you said?
Yeah, for it.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so Tennessee is among the 16 states which have passed laws looking to make daylight saving time permanent. By the way, it's daylight saving time, not daylight savings time. There's no.
We've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they've been trying to make this permanent and take effect. But here's the only thing: say Tennessee, the floor on the Tennessee floor passes. Say everyone's all for it.
Right.
Well, the Uniform Time Act of 1966 must be repealed. That's a federal law.
Okay.
So it's weird. Even if it does get passed in your state individually,
They have to do it federally.
They have to do it, yeah.
And if they're going to do it federally, everybody's just going to do it.
So is that going to affect like CST, EST, and all
No.
that? Or no?
what's that?
Like Eastern Standard
Standard
Time?
Time. Yeah, Central
Standard Time.
Standard Time. Is it going to affect all that?
Or no? Like, will we be on Florida time? Or
No.
no?
In the sense of that this bill wouldn't actually,
Well,
as
I
you
meant,
said, go
like,
into effect.
yeah,
But
if it
theoretically,
did.
if Tennessee said, we're gonna get rid of daylight savings time, and all the other states around us didn't, then you would have the problem of it would be the same time here as one section over
Right.
or the other section over.
Which is
for
weird in Tennessee
half the
anyways,
year.
the way it's
Instead of the whole being 1 hour behind, 1 hour ahead,
Yeah,
or is
that's
that
what I was
that's what I
wondering.
was wondering? Is that going to change?
Well, half the year would match up with our time zone,
That's so
and
weird.
I'm just
during
That's why I
during
asked
daylight
it.
savings time, we would match up with the
Right.
rest of our time zone, and during
weird.
the rest of it, we would be in the other person's
But
time zone.
we were
basically.
fine
Yeah.
for decades upon decades upon decades upon decades of not doing this. Because when did it start off? All right, wasn't it?
for the farmer.
It's like a couple hundred
farming or
years ago.
something, right?
It's like Benjamin Franklin's
so they had
idea,
more
but
time
they
to do
didn't.
work.
When did they
Was it-
start
was it Ben
implementing it?
Franklin?
I think he
Did he have
proposed
a-
it.
Here, let
But
me.
he had the idea for it.
go
Yeah,
to
but
the
I don't think
wiki.
it went into effect until later.
I thought it went into effect
Yes,
in the
all of human
1900s.
history. We did not have daylight
was-
saving time
yeah, it was
throughout
so-
all of human history.
Right.
No, right up until lately.
Well, what
It
I
was a
learned
bad
when
idea.
I moved here, because in Florida we didn't have a fall break, because up here when I came here I learned that they had a fall break, and it was for like farming purposes, and that's what I thought the whole daylight savings time was. Saving
1916,
for more time
during
to farm.
World War I, to conserve fuel, Germany began observing daylight saving time.
Okay.
And the rest of Europe followed soon. And they continue to observe it to this day. Don't forget this Sunday, you got to spring ahead. So we got to move our clocks forward on Sunday.
Okay.
Right. Which
Your phone
sucks.
will probably do it for you.
Yeah, the phone does
Why
it
doesn't my
automatically.
car do it yet?
But I have to do it
I'll say.
manually on my watch, and
Right, the car.
Oh,
car.
So annoying.
We'll-
It matches up every once in a
We'll
while.
get there.
mine actually might. Mine's satellite, so it might pick it up.
Just live it with it for 6
Yeah.
months and then
All
it
right.
trace back.
Say,
Oh, just leave it.
say we move it forward
Okay.
this Sunday, and then it gets repealed, the federal level, and we keep it at that time, what happens? What happens in September? Is it just darker earlier?
Oh, I hope not. It's already too dark.
Is that how
early.
that goes? Because if it's darker earlier,
No.
if we got it down to a system where we have the most amount of daylight in a day, I'm all for.
Pushing your clock
Observing.
forward or backward does not change the amount of daylight available during the day.
No, but we change what the day hours are. See,
Ideally, noon would be at noon, right? At 12 o'clock would be the exact middle of the day with the sun the highest in the sky.
okay.
And there would be the exact same amount of daylight both before and after noon every day.
If that's the case, then why do we change it?
Exactly. What I thought that's
It's because the Germans thought they would save fuel by making everybody go to bed early.
So then why do we follow Kaiser Wilhelm during World War One
They think to themselves,
with their pointy
well,
hats?
bedtime is at 8 o'clock. If we put bedtime earlier and make everybody set their clocks to 8 o'clock earlier, they'll all go to bed early.
What?
I don't know if they actually do.
That wasn't even German, but good. I understand where you're.
No.
Here's my problem
That's just
with
so confusing.
changing it, and why maybe we shouldn't change it, and we should continue to observe, go spring ahead and fall back. Okay, take a look at this. Check this out. See who observes, the ones who are in color,
Right.
okay, and see who doesn't.
oh Russia.
Third world countries don't. Everyone in the real people world does.
The real people.
Yeah.
And that only includes three countries in South America.
The
by way.
majority
Probably have
of
curfews anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing.
the majority
Especially
of
now.
the world, landmass wise, does not observe daylight saving time. So they just keep their clocks at one time.
Yeah, I think the majority of people in the world don't. Yeah.
Right. So, and in Canada, look at that. You're in Canada, right in one of the provinces there. Could be Saskatchewan. They just have fun provinces to say.
Yeah.
Right. Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia,
Quebec.
Quebecois.
Yeah. And then look at Alaska. Yeah. I why don't we just...
So Alaska's a weird one because they also have solstice. Solstice is really. You guys know what solstice is?
Yeah, where
But
it's daylight
it's
for
daylight
6 months.
for like 6 months. It's like the
That's
weirdest thing.
depressing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Darkness
So
thing.
they're already confused on by like the whole like is it night? Is it day? I don't know what it is right now.
All right, let's go to the vote. Lawyer Wayne, daylight saving time.
It was a bad idea. Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Don't change clocks.
Just keep your clocks the same.
Just keep everywhere.
yeah.
Okay. Even on your even in the U.S., all the U.S.
Yeah. Are you talking about not getting rid of time zones? No, but we don't need daylight saving time.
But no daylight saving
We
time.
don't need to switch it for half
Right.
the year.
Adam.
That's a tough one for me. I'm with Wayne. Get rid of it. I mean, it was already confusing in the beginning. It was like spring ahead, fall behind. It's like just let my clock run. That's it. This when it gets day, it gets day. When it's night, it's night.
What do you say, Ash?
I mean, I thought it had a purpose, but if it has no purpose, like he's saying, why do it? You know, I thought it had a purpose, but apparently
So did I.
not. So I guess if,
Like, I heard
if it
the
has
fa-
no purpose, why are we doing it?
I heard the
I
fa-
don't want to do it.
And if the Germans did it first, this wasn't Nazi Germany. This was World War I
I
Germany.
really thought it had something to do with like the farmers around
That's what I heard
the
too.
farming areas. But I don't know.
Maybe that's how they sold it to the Americans.
Yeah, exactly.
Bay?
Well, I gotta get my paycheck. I
Yes.
don't care.
As long as Bay gets paid. Okay, that's it.
Yep.
Follow the
I'll
money.
get to work at 7, get to work at 8. You can switch to 7 to an 8.
I just don't want to be like Ghana, okay? You know what I mean? I just don't want to be like a nation that has a poverty rate of 78%.
Yeah.
So if we go that route, will that be next to follow? I'm just looking out for you,
Is
y'all.
this really a debate though? Or they?
Yeah.
Is it only in those certain or everybody's debating it?
Well, since it's happening in the states, here's what I think it happens at the state level. To
Yeah.
let them know, because even if it passes at the state level,
Yeah,
it can't go into effect.
exactly.
But they're letting the federal level know, hey, majority of the states have passed this at the state level.
So it's not going to matter
You
until
think
maybe
Biden
the fall.
could do something? You know, the Democrats have complete control of the legislative branch. If they wanted to get rid of daylight savings time, they could.
Well,
Who's against it? I want to meet the people that are against it. Find out what in the world's going on with them.
I do have audio, I think, of Biden on this one here. Where is it? I got it in here somewhere. Yeah, because Biden did weigh in on this this daylight saving time, and it kind of made sense to me. I mean, you know me, I'm kind of critical of Joe Biden, but he did kind of make sense about this, and maybe he was right. Maybe he's right.
Trump, and you ain't black.
Yeah, if you support daylight saving time, you heard it from Joe Biden. That's straight from the horse's mouth.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me,
DST, okay.
Trump, and you ain't black.
Right. Let us know what you think, okay? Should we? Are you for keeping it or for getting rid of it? Crazy times. Crazy times.
All right. It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.